Defend objective A.
Okay, we're gonna be watching Free Zex. This is game hacker coaching for Accretion. We're going to watch your gameplay in about 7-5. I want to look at your positioning, who you're pocketing, how you're using your damage boost, when you go for reses, how you go for reses. We're reviewing Mercy Tech, as well as ult usage. As I understand, you're playing a lot more of the Mercy for this game. Using this wall as cover here is very good. Do not go for this res if your Ryan's not shooting. You need to make the call before you go for that kind of a res. You need to say, Ryan, hold shield, and then wait for him to do it, because if you just go for it, you cannot assume your Reinhardt knows you're going to go for res. Not everyone has said game sense to allow you to just press a button and go for the res, okay? That's mistake number one. We're going to zoom through your death phase and then immediately go for it. Come on, man. You're raw. Well, okay. Back down to 7-5. This is fine. Sticking with the Reinhardt. Yeah. That was a positional mistake on the behalf of the Reinhardt. Never should have went down there, to be honest. I won't hold that one against you, but honestly, I would have preferred it if you had been pocketing either Gem or myself. You probably won't be playing with me that much, Frey, because I don't really play the game that much anymore. Okay, so I need to figure out which button is it. It's this button. We're gonna go back in time. We're gonna watch this clip of you, okay? I gotta let it load in. So you are right where? I think you're coming out of spawn right now. Yeah. So we wait for you to come out of spawn. Now let's watch where you go as you try to heal this Reinhardt, because he will take a lot of damage as he's poking, right? Now watch your LOS. Now, see, you walk. You see this right here? This is a big no-no, Free. Okay. Your Ryan isn't holding shield. In fact, his shield just got broken. If you're looking up, I don't know if you could see that. You have LOS to about four or five people of the enemy team. If their Zarya looks at you, you will die unless you back up. So, a better idea here is to stay like right here, and you should still be in range of Reinhardt, right? Knowing your beam's range is important. You know, maybe go into like a bot game, practice healing like easy bots or something. You know, just watch how the LOS of their damage changes, how their angles, right? Check for where they're at, check for where your team's at, and you gotta make sure you're doing this a lot, because you're very vulnerable if you're in the open like this. You get away with it, I think, but you know, say you take a Junkrat mine, you're dead like 100%, right? Okay, so you disconnected from your Reinhardt to heal this Lucio. He is not an LOS of any sources of damage. You do not need to heal Sugar here, right? What you should be doing is hard pocketing his Ryan as he holds the front line. Sugar Puff is fine. She has healing, she can heal herself, she's staying out of LOS, she's staying safe. You should have been pocketing our Reinhardt, who just died. You might not have been able to keep him alive, but that could be a positional mistake. He should have probably waited around the corner, let his shield charge. He probably let his shield just destroy itself by existing too much. So, we'll skip past that. Let's go and get back to your LOS. Okay, so you pop Valkyrie. The fight has already been lost, and they are committing. Now, of course, the Ryan has committed and popped his ult. Or not his ult, he has committed and died. Their Mercy popped Valk. You do not need to pop Valk every time their Mercy pops Valk. You ideally want to wait for your team to start grouping up and pushing as a 6. Tell them to group up, because your healing can heal a whole club. That isn't really necessary if they weren't running a rat, because if they weren't, the Sugar Puff could take care of all the healing. You could actually damage boost the whole team and get a lot of value out of it. right? So pocketing one person isn't a good idea. Look at this. You are now in line of sight with the Torp turret, which is shooting you. So what you should do is, you need to fly and stay around this area. If you could stay like right here and stay in LOS of Gem, then you can pocket them, okay? Just know the damage angles, right? Because this Mercy's going for res, she's gonna get it. This Torb is shooting at you, his turret's shooting at you, through an ant matrix, and the BAP is shooting at you. I don't think it's through an ant matrix here. But this turret is 100% targeting you. It will aim lock on you. It doesn't matter how you move, it matters where you move. Okay, so at this point, you should be here or over here behind this tower where the turret does not have line of sight, LOS, of your hitbox. You could still heal him because your beam range is really long. You see this? That's your beam range. You could for sure heal Gem right here without being hit by those damage sources. Go back to myself. Okay, so I'm gonna slow it back down. So you're playing it safe here. That's perfect. You gotta keep it out of LOS. Do not do 360s to see your teammate. Okay. Heal the Hanzo. Thank you. Okay. Now, when you hear this call out, Mercy is the primary call out maker in the team, right? It does not take much mechanical skill to play this hero. Callouts you should be making is who you're standing behind, shield for res, bubble for res, who you're pocketing with healing and damage boost. When you're gonna pop it, your Valkyrie, you should call out enemy positioning, enemy ults used, you should be tracking their ults, right? They have just popped tire. And it's going to kill, I think, me, because I'm looking up to see where it comes from. You should be calling out to your team to scatter, to get out of the way, and to look around for it. You should not be in the open, because if I was this rat, I would go for it. See, I'm looking up. Tire pops out and goes down.
I'm taking the objective.
If you see this tire, which you do, you see it, okay? Right there, if the Zarya did not put her bubble and you not get away, you die, 100%. Right? That's actually a very good scenario to use the Mercy tech to get out. Okay? So our Ryan makes a nice play by pinning our Ryan. He's always weak. What I want you to do, everybody on our team except for Gem is good on health. After you heal the Echo, assuming you heal him, I want you to pocket our Zarya if he has high charge. If not, you pocket your damage, right? So looking at Zex, right? If I'm gonna pause it. Look at Zex's charge, 35. You want, ideally, him to be glowing, which is, I believe, 50 or 60 and higher. Right? So in this case, you should be pocketing Gem or me. In this case, probably Gem, because my aim is dog crap, because I'm having to deal with other issues. Your team is fine. Your team is fine. They have beat. You do not need to heal anyone here. Okay? You should be pocketing your DPS with damage boost in this scenario. You should have went with Gem. Okay? It's good you're not caught, but you're standing still. Assuming they'd see you, you would die here. Big slam. But look, you're still healing. Okay? They have extra shields from Lucio Soundbearer from whenever they got grabbed. You should be taking this opportunity to damage boost your team. This would give them the added benefit of doing around 30% more damage. You could kill, look at the top left of my screen, 3 people who have been shattered. Their Mercy, their Ashe, and their Zarya. Think about how much quicker and more efficient your team could kill those people if you're damage boosting at least one of them, right? Instead of pocketing Zex with healing, imagine if you're holding your L1 button or L2 button, whatever it is for you, it's L1 for me, with damage boost, and he's looking at them on the ground. He cannot miss unless he really, really screws up his aim, which is something I do nowadays because of bad TV and all that. Right?
My healing spell is upon you.
Okay, nice. You use damage boost. Nice, that was good damage boost. Okay, so that fight is won. I would have preferred you to have started damage boosting the second after, like the second Sugar Puff as soon as you get the shield buff from Sugar Puff's sound barrier, that's when I would have started to use damage boost. Because, think about it, look at their team. Who is going to break the shield and kill your team? They do not have Ant Matrix. The only person who could do anything about it is their Reinhardt. And if he pins someone, they have a shield that will protect you.
I'm on the payload and moving out.
Ich kümmere mich um dich. Your support has arrived. Schauen, versteckt. My servants never die.
Okay, so right here you would call out, I'm popping Valk. Healing here is right, but I do not like the play Reinhardt is making, but he cannot get away because he doesn't have speed boost. So he will die no matter what you do. But going for this res is risky. Like, okay. Why are you standing still? Y'all, you're standing still with Valk, okay? You can move when you're resing, you don't need to stay still. Make it really hard for them to hit you. You can actually press crouch to go down and space to go up. And not space, X to go up. Okay? So the reason for that death was not moving, which is not the best.
Let's get the payload moving.